Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web.
Everyone has to deal with anxiety and depression sometimes, but for some of us, it's a bigger struggle. A constant battle that's fought alone, often without others even knowing the fight is happening. Not feeling happiness from simple pleasures of life everyone else seems to enjoy, like driving during rush hour or doing your taxes. Worrying about trivial things others can shrug off easy, like having large debts or undiagnosed illnesses, and even missing out on major life events like a solar eclipse just because it doesn't seem worth it. If any of these symptoms describe your condition, try extra strength 20 mg Valscarium. Valscarium is a once-a-day booster that reduces depression and anxiety by expelling the brain chemicals that cause such symptoms out of your system. Unlike traditional SSRI drugs prescribed by big pharmaceutical companies that only hide the fact that you're depressed and anxious, Valscarium increases your bravery and certainty in the world, making you both more charming and agile in dealing with new situations. Valscarium may not be for everyone, like those that like being depressed and anxious. Stop taking Valscarium if you'd like to be depressed and anxious again. Valscarium isn't habit-forming, as it requires the user to want to form a habit of taking it. Please do not take Valscarium if you're not able to afford more Valscarium indefinitely, are anxious about the prospect of not being anxious anymore, or are depressed about losing feelings of depression. Valscarium may have the following side effects: discolored headaches, reflexive suicidal thoughts, arousal-based panic attacks, chronic ennui, fear of suppressive people, desire for hairlessness, intermittently misaligned chakras, lower desire for cuddling, charcoal body odor, feelings of being one with a singular timeline, heart murmurings, sensation of increased weight on chest, rapid onset hallucinations, discolored headaches, reflexive suicidal thoughts, arousal-based panic attacks, chronic ennui, fear of suppressive people, desire for hairlessness, charcoal body odor, discolored headaches, reflexive suicidal thoughts, sensation of increased weight on chest, lower need for cuddling, arousal-based panic attacks.
Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Grabbing bills.
Grabbing Bill.
Grabbing bills. You know,
Grabbing Bill's balls.
let me tell you, I have started on 20 milligram once a day Valscarium. Absolutely excellent. I would recommend everyone get Valscarium box.
20 milligrams, huh?
Just because Trump told you to. You're going to go out and immediately buy Valscarium and take it.
I mean, the president said 10 milligrams. That's why I'm impressed by TP taking 20. Did you have to get a doctor's note for that?
No. I just know a guy. And that guy is my pharmacist who passes me non-prescription 20 milligram Valscarium.
Impressive.
And here's the thing. I know that a lot of people right now are kind of like worried. There's a lot of anxiety in the world. But Valscarium has just alleviated a lot of that. And like at a certain point, you just get used to the shadow demons. Like it's just second nature that they're there.
Well, there is this Chelsea person you've been talking about lately that we're pretty sure doesn't exist. So that explains that. So.
My girlfriend?
Yeah.
Your lesbian girlfriend? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
You're always like, I have the perfect girlfriend, and she's a lesbian. And we're like, sure.
Yeah.
Real. Yeah. Totally real.
Yeah.
And then you were like, you don't know her. She's from Canada. We were like, yeah. Okay. All right.
Is that where we're going?
She works at a different school. I'm like, okay, sure.
She works at a different school.
Right.
But, what is Canada?
Well, it's a country.
I don't believe that.
I took a minute to go look up the side effects of Valscarium, and what is this right here? Yep, Canada denial. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you experiencing leprophobia? Fear of lepers?
No. Let's not mince words here. What like, is this some like small country like Azerbaijan, like in some place that I don't.
No. Leprosy is a disease.
I think you need to cut back on the Valscarium, dude.
It's only 30 milligrams a day.
DP is like, when we started this call before we started recording, DP was like, I'm super worried about my Canadian leper girlfriend. And we're like, okay, sure.
Okay, but for real, what is this Canada we're talking about?
All right, have you ever seen a map?
Yeah, but like, it sounds like, is that like a Japanese thing? Like is that like, guns online? Is this like from some like anime MMO?
No.
But have you, okay, just answer me this. Have you ever looked at a map?
Yes.
Okay. So Canada is the place that maps move to when they want to be less persecuted. So what are we reading? What are we reading, you fucker?
We're reading The Pill, and I'm assuming that this is a story about birth control.
Definitely. This is a story about how their mother took birth control, and yet here they are. Ooh, spooky. Yeah.
I wish my mom supported me, and now I wish she hadn't. What?
Jesus Christ.
That is a good no story title, and you should probably put that up soon before someone else does after they hear this episode.
Mm-hmm. All those people hot to post on no story to get that karma. Get that.
Hey everybody, right? That's a free no story. Y'all can figure it out.
Hey, and if anybody out there is interested in Reddit karma, I want to point out nothing on no story gets voted below 0, so you're guaranteed.
It's
true.
Guaranteed karma.
It's mostly funny stuff because it's not really hard to come up with no story jokes. If you don't know what no story is, it's our subreddit where you post no sleep title jokes without the story itself.
Yes,
and
the story just ruins a good title.
Yeah, it just ruins a good clickbait title. Yeah. And it turns out, wow, kind of really easy to do. Mm-hmm. It's a fun hobby. I'll just be at work thinking like, that's a good one. Got to write that down. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But the pill, we're going to be talking about the pill. If it's the pill, it's probably 20 milligram once a day Valscarium. I got to imagine.
Likely. Now, we haven't read this story before, correct?
No,
Not
but I remember
to my knowledge.
This was Pasta of the Month on the Creepypasta fandom for like a bunch of months.
Oh, okay.
So I know that this story has like a reputation there of being good, and I remember reading the beginning of it and being like, I wasn't really into it, and so we'll see.
All right, and you said this was Pasta of the Month for several months, so do we know which staff member wrote this, or?
It's credited to a wanderer. So let's get into the pill. Don't take it. So, well, this is definitely not about Valscarium.
This is also not written from the perspective of a young man, because he would just be like, take the pill. I'm not wearing a condom.
Please take the fucking pill.
Take the pill.
Eat more pills, pillhead.
grabbing Bill. I just like the idea. In the middle of Left 4 Dead, they're just playing grab ass.
I like that you missed the C-Lab 2021 reference.
Oh, is that one of those Frisky Dingo episodes?
It literally is. It literally is.
Okay.
It's a miracle and a glory and the greatest thing to ever happen, so they say. But it's probably become the law soon that you have to take it. I don't know what the problem with taking Valscarium. I think, it's herd hallucinations. Herd immunity. If everyone gets vaccinated, it makes everyone's autism better and just works succinctly.
Right.
If everyone is hallucinating the shadow demons, then we're all on the same plane of existence. I don't see how this is an issue.
That's right. Yeah. And I just want to point out you did misread that. It says, it's a miracle and a glory and the greatest thing to ever happen. A pickle. He turned himself into a pickle. Funniest shit I ever seen.
Absolutely. They'll have you swallow a little capsule when you're still a baby. Probably at the same time you're getting your inoculations and your circumcisions. Am I right, MRAs?
When you see all those safety warnings of small parts don't have around babies and, infants and children and toddlers. Right. But this pill, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Don't take the pill. The pill causes choking death. It's like, okay, anti-pillar. Sure. There's no conclusive evidence.
The piece of the thing in there weighs only a few grams and will be plucked out of a little pool that will probably be installed in every hospital soon. What? So this is a very, I don't know, but this is a very keyhole fiction kind of thing.
So far, yeah.
So a pool of something will be installed in every hospital, and they'll take something out of it and make a baby swallow it.
Here's the ball pit, Jimmy. The pill that has the cure for your disease is in there somewhere. Have fun.
Would you dive into a pill pit?
No, absolutely not.
There's like this really, really bad inner city McDonald's. They just have a pill pit.
Oh no. Is it Flintstones vitamins? Is it Viagra? Who knows?
Is
Maybe it's K.
Flintstones Viagra? Hey Fred, I'm as hard as a rock.
I'm a Flintstones kid. I shouldn't have worn sweatpants. I'm a Flintstones kid.
God damn it. Oh no, it's the school dance. I'm a Flintstones kid.
Those couple grams.
That's what you need to do in the bedroom. Your woman's laying on the bed. Oh my. That's right, baby. I'm a Flintstones kid.
Hey baby, I hope you don't mind. I'd like to role play tonight. Oh sure, sweetheart. Anything you want. Okay, I'm gonna get into character here. Bonnie! Bonnie, where are my pebbles? Bonnie, I told you what would happen.
Baby, you should call me Barney Rubble, because you're going to make my bed rock. No, because I just took a shit ton of Flintstones Viagra.
Are you a Fred Barney shipper?
Yeah, sure. What is that called, Fernie? Hey Fred, our wives can't know, but I can't quit you.
Oh, it's
I'm
Fred.
Yogi the Bear.
Yeah, it's the same thing, you know. No,
Those couple grams are more
Fred
than
is the bear, but okay, go ahead.
more than enough for it to happen. Sure, you'll never get cancer. You'll live until 150. Why? You'll have stronger bones and a more resilient immune system. You'll probably never need glasses or a hearing aid. If you lose something small like a finger in half a year, you'll have it back.
Ooh.
If you lose a whole arm in 2 years, you'll have it back with near functionality. Now, listen, you want your arms, you can keep them. It's going to take 2 years. It's the sort of miracle that's believable enough to catch on. It won't solve all our problems. It'll even create a few more, like overpopulation, like we never saw coming. But it works, and it's cheap, and it's plentiful, and it's all we need. Sure, they can't quite explain how the thing actually manages to rewrite our genetic code after we swallow a few grams, but they promise the answers will come someday, and that there are no ill side effects.
This really seems like it was written by an anti-vaxxer. I gotta be real.
I like the idea of, Mr. President, yes, what is it? Well, there's an unintended side effect with this immortality drug. Yeah, it's like overpopulation. Damn it, we never saw this coming. Although I guess in modern America, I guess I could see that. Nope, nobody knew this. Did you know this? Overpopulation? Nobody knew this.
The thing.
Yeah.
I do love the concept of just like, yeah, sure, you'll grow a fucking arm back, and you'll live for fucking ever, and you will just have, like, innate happiness, and you won't need glasses or earrings. Oh, Slender Man.
Holy shit, it's Slender Man.
Hey.
Oh god, he's knocking on the door. It's so loud.
Hello?
Slenderman
Okay.
having a bit of a heated gamer moment right there.
Holy shit. I've never heard so many N-words from Slenderman in one sitting.
Okay, well, we understand that he was kind of upset, but I do appreciate that he is also extolling the virtues of 20 milligram twice a day Valscarium.
Mm-hmm.
All you do is pop them in your mouth, and then you're happy. But I do love just the idea of, like, yeah, sure, it'll do all these great things, but what if maybe a side effect?
What if you're 150 years old, but you can't see color? You're colorblind. So think about that. What the hell? But anyway, it's from a previously unknown variety of starfish, but they won't even tell you that on the news.
It's a butthole.
Yeah. I think, have we read this before? I think the story right now is that it's something they've grown artificially. These starfish live in the deepest, darkest places in the ocean.
It's a butthole.
These, what they aren't telling you is that these starfish live on the floor of the ocean. Yeah. And they aren't very big or interesting looking.
Well, now it's not a butthole.
If I had to pick 2 words to describe buttholes, big and interesting looking. Honestly, we've probably seen them down there before a few thousand times and just looked them over. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It just so happened that prick with the show about eating weird foods, like eating the ass like groceries, got a hold of one, God knows how, and thought it was a different kind of starfish, and ate part of it, and a year later, he had that foot he lost back.
Okay, that's cool. That's a nice, like, roping in. Kind of wish that this wasn't so matter of fact, and there was more of a story to it, I guess.
You know what? It's always that issue of delete the first 5 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
You could delete the first 2 paragraphs, kind of truncate it into a sentence.
Yeah.
But this famous guy who eats weird foods, Bobby Bear,
No Foot.
Bobby No Foot Bear Foot. Yeah. He grew his foot back, and wow, that was crazy, right?
So we're okay with the idea of a famous television gourmet with 1 foot. I mean, I'm not saying that I have a problem with it, but I have trouble seeing that as a choice in television production. The 1-footed gourmet.
How did you lose your foot? I ate it.
Yep.
I had my meat cleaver. I was going for that rump steak.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of missed down to the floor, right above my ankle. These things happen. A lot of chefs are missing limbs. It's a very common thing in restaurants.
As you know, I am a chef to the stars, and one day when I was catering an event for Quentin Tarantino, I'm sure they tore apart his house and tested gallons of his blood and interrogated everyone he ever spoke to. Who's they?
I hope not all at once.
I like to think that they is just like, I don't know, the Food Safety Council.
Pharmaceutical. It's got to be Big Pharma.
No. Big Pharma. Wasn't he shot in a gangland drive-by?
Well, this is his son, Big Pharma Jr.
Oh, Little Pharma.
Mm-hmm.
Little Big Pharma. Big Little Pharma.
I like Little Pharma.
But somehow, they figured out just what the regeneration happened. Just when the regeneration happened.
Slender Man.
Oh, he's in the background. I still hear him.
Oh no!
Look behind the curtains.
Quick!
That was really. God, Abysmii, when you pulled that curtain back and he came running out, that was
the scariest thing I've seen in months.
Wow. You did like
Elias.
the Zoidberg run, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever you do, keep Slenderman in this episode.
Yep.
I have a feeling he's still with us somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I can hear him.
Okay.
Oh.
Fucking goddamn. Somehow they figured out just when the regeneration happened and eventually found the fucking thing, his butthole. It had been alive when he ate one of its arms. What? Okay, so the footless gourmet is appearing on television just lifting a starfish out of an aquarium and biting one of its arms off.
Yeah, you think he would, prepare it somehow? I guess maybe he, took one arm and just, I don't know.
Is he a gourmet or is he a Bear Grylls survivalist kind of
That's
guy?
a good question. We don't really know.
Well, they said food guy, but I don't know. That could be anything.
That doesn't mean shit.
Maybe
anymore.
he's a guy
No. This was written a while ago. This could be like Anthony Bourdain, I think is what they're saying.
This could also be Epic Mealtime. We don't know.
It couldn't be Epic Mealtime because they were relevant for a year and they fell off.
True.
There's a reason it couldn't be Anthony Bourdain. It had been alive when he ate one of its arms, and I guess he took a pity on it and let the thing live in a tank in his house. So he ate one of its arms and then he felt bad, the footless gourmet did.
That's nonsensical.
It's a funny image, though.
Well, this led to that, and eventually they brought up a ton of the suckers.
By the way, this could totally be Anthony Bourdain, because this was written when he was still alive.
Yeah, but, it has regenerative properties. Anyway.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
You don't want to have to explain it.
It definitely couldn't be him, because apparently whatever this thing is, it cures depression.
Oof. Goddamn.
Sure, it'll cure depression and make you happy, but whatever. It's possible side effects.
Jesus Christ. DP, I don't like you on Valscarium.
Listen, 60 milligram a day Valscarium is perfectly fine.
Are you upping your dosages while we're talking? Are you freebasing Valscarium right now?
This sounds very accusatory.
DP.
Chelsea, what do you have to say about this?
I was hoping. I was hoping that'd be amazing.
I can't make it do it. All right, well,
I just remember Chelsea was somewhere.
Yeah.
Have you checked the mirror?
No,
Is
but
she right
Shadow
behind you when you
Demons.
look?
Shadow Demons, how do you feel about this? Yeah, it's fine, right? This is just it's making me feel better, so I got to do it.
DP,
So
I have to bring up the Instagram photo you posted of you with the Valscarium in lines and the snorting. I don't think that's the advised way of taking it.
And
I don't it gets into your system quicker that way.
And why, in the background of your photo, why is there a mop with a bra hanging off of it? I don't understand.
With a cardboard sign on it that says Chelsea.
Yeah, I think that might be. I think we may have cracked the case here. Yeah. All right, so DP, this is your turn.
Well, where are we at?
But here's the thing.
But here's the thing about that. Think about technology and innovations. Pasta of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what they're for.
Ooh,
Mostly,
yeah, that's true.
Think about it, man. Who's controlling the money? Think about it. It's just fucking the most conspiratorial shit.
Are we going to be able to get through this story without having an intervention for DP?
I don't think so.
We're going to have to do it halfway through here.
Mostly, it's to keep us alive longer, make us healthier, make my dog bark, help us communicate better.
Now you think you have a dog?
Jesus Christ.
You got a dog named Cassie.
You have a dog named Cat. Okay, sure.
What if, as a race, we'd already had the ability to communicate via thoughts? What if we had some sort of way to convey our thoughts to other people?
That's weird.
Via sound balls. What if
sound is in waves, not balls.
Maybe your conception. I'm Abysmii. I think sound comes in waves.
DP is over here sounding like the anti-vaxxer. You have to protect yourself from the sound balls and the Wi-Fi waves and all.
5G is putting cancerous sound balls into the atmosphere.
Yes.
What if we're naturally incredibly hardy and long-lived? What if we started having everything we needed without having to do a bit of work? What if our goals would turn to keep our world the way it was and simply enjoying things?
Okay.
With our mind so powerful it can transmit and receive thoughts with no effort, it stands to reason that other amazing things are possible. With our minds staying completely intact, even the smallest sliver of the creature, one has to wonder just what else a mind can do.
Pasta of the month.
I'm seriously starting to worry about DP.
I'm starting to worry about our author, that character.
That was a stroke paragraph right there.
That was literally the words in front of me.
Yeah.
I mean, semi-literally.
Mostly.
This went from, fun conspiracy to rambling? And I don't know if that's intentional of maybe the authors took the pill or whatever.
Maybe.
If you take Monster Energy drink, they're just trying to domesticate you.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Watching anime? How about you watch the stock market?
Yeah!
The fuck? Stop with these references. Hey!
They put genocide on the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right?
They put genocide on a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Hey, Abysmii. I need to find my cheese. Huh? Smiling Friends reference? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't lend itself to this, man. I'm sorry.
But that doesn't work because I've seen Smiling Friends now.
Oh, shit.
And it's good. It
is good. I'm hoping for a whole season of it. So now, here's the question. If you'd survived all this time just sitting around on the bottom of the ocean with this incredible intellect, how would you amuse yourself? You would make yourself be found and eaten by humans?
I would blow
What if
bubble
that
rings,
mind-
but okay.
What?
I would blow bubble rings, but okay.
True. What if that mind can wander and roam freely if it can just
Oh
find
my
something
God.
to carry it? What if as a race we made ourselves the bottom of the food chain just to ensure we'd constantly be taken into new creatures and allowed to see the world through their eyes? So, is it really such a leap to think that such powerful minds could overtake smaller, lesser ones? No.
Yes.
Yes. But the story says no. Nor is it unusual to think that if such a race of powerful minds was endangered, they would use this ability to dominate the minds to defend themselves.
Okay.
That they
This now sounds like your college professor who's like a member of PETA. like the college professor talking to the class and saying,
starfish are intelligent beings.
yes. Think about it, class. Like, if you had a mind, and that mind was like the most intelligent mind in the world, but you were a starfish and nobody knew. We don't know. They could be, like...
Misunderstood instructions, 8 animals to obtain their intellect.
No!
This is just, like... This is a horror story, but it's barely a horror story because this isn't like this isn't postulating something that's really frightening. It's like you eat starfish and they can see through your brain. Okay, what's the trade-off? You live forever and you're really healthy. What's scary about this? Like,
listen, would you want to live forever if you knew every time you saw your wife naked, a starfish was looking at her too?
or whatever.
I just been handed this card because we mentioned PETA. The Shadow Demon wants me to make it clear. 20 milligram 5 times a day Valscarium is vegan friendly and gluten free.
Interesting.
Well, okay.
Okay.
That's it. He wanted me to put that in there.
What about people who want gluten and meat? Gluten and meat. That's my favorite dinner.
Let me put it this way. I really don't recommend eating food on Valscarium. It's better on an empty stomach. You get way more effect that way.
Interesting. Now, is this an oral medication or a suppository or both?
It is, I've been nasal, like homemade nasal spray is the way I've been consuming it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I've just taken like some Afrin and just emptied out the bottle, crushed up the Valscarium and put it into the bottle.
Now, before you were telling me that you were having some homeless guy chew it up and blow it into your nose, like putting his mouth over your nose and going, "Oh."
That has nothing to do with addiction. That was purely sexual.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Guys, hold on. I got a nosebleed.
All right. Who's reading? Abysmii? Go ahead.
Me. That they'd patiently wait until their enemies devoured them, then simply displace the minds of those enemies and solve the conflict. Oh, okay. See, there we go. It took a while, but they're in our brain. They're in our brains, and then they'll take over our brains. Okay.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't this be scarier if you said, like, something people actually eat could achieve this? Like, I'm sure you can eat starfish, but people don't.
What? Well, they're going to give it to you in a pill for some reason, but also, what's the end goal of this? Just people walking down the street. Everything's going to be exactly the same as it is now, but when 2 people cross on the street, one of them's going to go, "Ha-ha, I'm a starfish," and the other one's going to go, "Yeah, me too, buddy."
Yeah, okay. So the starfish take over. If they're so super smart, but they're not advanced, then why not just do this themselves? Why play this long con game? Like, to what point?
Why not crawl into divers' mouths?
That too. That too.
Yeah.
Gone
Bad guys. Turns out I didn't have a nosebleed. I just wanted more Valscarium.
Oh, fuck.
EP, just put a pin in that. I don't think it's crazy at all, and I don't think it's crazy that there's suddenly a lot more war all over the world. What?
There isn't.
There isn't.
Okay.
What?
A lot less.
There's a lot less
than ever before.
Oh God!
If you look at a graph of wars, like military conflicts in the world, if you look at that graph, it's like a ski slope, my dude.
Yeah, it's hitting rock bottom, just like Flintstone Viagra. A lot of research put into birth control. And the accidental release of that superbug that makes men sterile. None of these have happened. We should be enjoying world peace, but instead we're killing each other faster than ever before. Okay,
Nope,
again,
we aren't.
This isn't happening.
Oh wait,
so-
maybe this takes place in the future, and that is happening.
Okay, but cool.
It's the ramp up at the end of the ski slope that lets you shoot off into fucking space.
Someone hopped on that gondola and just like cranked it to 11, man.
Yeah.
To be fair though, like when you look at the Holocaust that popped up, so like maybe this was like taking place during the Holocaust and the Holodomor, respectively.
Oh yeah. Are the starfish yellow? Maybe.
See, if you look at the sky, you'll see the yellow starfish, and then you realize that the superbug is turning the men into gay women, and then...
But who is Purple Guy?
But who is Purple Guy?
Yeah. Maybe they're not even threatened. Maybe we're just game to them. Game theories. Maybe we're the 100th race of beings these things have done this with. All I know is that they don't turn you into some zombie from a cheesy old sci-fi flick.
No,
Okay.
they take your brain like in a cheesy old sci-fi flick.
Yeah. They're like the brain slugs from Futurama. They let you think you're still in control. That what they want you to do is actually what you want to do. Oh, it's just the mainstream media. It all seems so natural, so right. Then we're in World War III, and the only thing the bombs won't scorch clean is the floor of the ocean, and also everyone is LGBT. What? Writer, no.
No.
It doesn't say that.
It does
We've
not.
been blurring lines. It doesn't say that.
We're not blurring lines, it's just that you're snorting lines. Don't ask me how I know all of this, and don't take the pill. Alright, let me write a comment here. Loading the commentary. How do you know all this? Question mark.
Don't ask me how I know this, and don't take the pill. But also, they give you the pill once, and it's when you're a baby.
Yeah.
What?
This is a message to all the babies of the world. Fight back.
Hey, every male baby out there, they're going to cut off your foreskin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them do it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Hashtag liberate foreskins. What? What?
Well, wouldn't liberating the foreskins mean cutting them off?
Hashtag don't liberate the foreskins.
Imprison the foreskins.
Hashtag foreskin ban. Wait.
Lock up all the foreskins.
Yeah.
So shut all of the foreskins.
Listen, Obama built those cages that those are in. Oh, God. How many stupid talking points can we cram into this fucking story?
Well, that's what this story did.
That's
essentially
true.
just crammed a bunch of random shit in there.
It's a bunch of talking points.
It's not. This is a very classic premise. You know, unfortunately, it lacks any substance or cohesion and flow.
You ever go and watch old episodes of The Twilight Zone and you're like, yeah, not this episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So,
There's so many that are like, this one happens in the Wild West because we have to use that stage this season, and it's just like, oh my god, another one, really?
In a world where, I don't know, television repairman discovers that he has the ability to control cats. One woman, I don't know, decides that she has to marry him. Whatever, just watch a half hour of something.
could we take wholesale, just literally lift a script from an episode of Game Theory and have Rod Serling narrate it instead?
Oh my god.
No, he's dead.
Who is Purple Guy?
What would he say? You're passing the flashing neon sign ahead. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As you enter the door, you smell a mixture of hot cheese and corpses. I don't know. Anyway.
Hot cheese and corpses. Right on. Come on down to Bubba Fucks.
Bubba fucky shit.
But yeah, hot cheese and corpses is not my favorite name for an R&B duo. I'm hot cheese. I'm corpses. Like what?
If any of these symptoms describe your condition, try extra strength 20 milligram Valscarium. Valscarium is a once-a-day booster that reduces depression and anxiety by expelling the brain chemicals that cause such symptoms out of your system.
Valscarium. Miracle anxiety drug or dangerous and damaging hoax by the pharmaceutical companies. Hi, I'm Lawrence McSucherson, attorney at law. Have you or a loved one taken Valscarium and experienced not one, not two, but all the symptoms at once? Have you experienced symptoms that aren't even listed on the packaging? You might be entitled to damages. In a recent case before the People's District of Bermuda, my office successfully represented over a dozen victims of Valscarium's negligently misrepresented side effects, improper and vague usage directions, and criminally misleading ad campaign. Little Jimmy Busterson of South Dakota thought Valscarium was for weight loss, while Shanine Sarazimi of Dayton County, Florida, thought it was for probiotics. How can two people who saw the same ad take the pills for entirely different reasons? We asked Valscarium's makers that very question. We also asked why instead of FDA certified, the packaging simply reads kid tested, mother approved. And finally, we asked why so many Valscarium pills taste like Flintstones vitamins dipped in week-old kale salad. And while we may never know the answers, we do know this. Valscarium is dangerous. Valscarium isn't properly tested, and Valscarium shouldn't be sold to unsuspecting Americans or Bermudans. Please, call us at 1-800-VALSCARIUM KILLED MY DOG. That's 1-800-825-722-77, 486-545-3369-364. Please, get in touch with us now. Time is of the essence. Don't wait until tragedy strikes, or the statute of limitations runs out, or the window for this month's billable hours shrinks.
So I have good news.
Yeah.
I found a no sleep story.
Oh, great. That's great news.
The no sleep story has an incredible title. It's a really original premise that has never been seen in a story before. This was written 9 months ago, so it's more recent. It's more recent than the last story that was outdated.
Hit me with that title.
The title is "I created a pill that makes you immortal. The side effects are terrifying."
Guys, this is just the same story we just read on No Sleep with a different title.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, what are you talking about? No. This one has 2.5K upvotes.
Wait a minute. Let me read the first line, and we'll see if it's the same first line as the other story. Okay. I am a starfish. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Okay, enough joking, guys. Let me begin with a little backstory. Okay, so this is different from the last one because it had no fucking backstory.
Did DP just say enough joking? What is Valscarium doing to you?
It's time to stop, DP.
DP is like, let's get serious, and it's like, oh. That would be the phrase that would let us know which dead pallet to shoot if there were two of you. Let's be serious now. Good to have you back, Brandon.
I lost both my parents when I was in high school. I was lonely and considered ending it all more often than I felt optimistic about living a life they'd be proud of. I was raised by my aunt and uncle who piqued my... Why do I keep turning into MatPat?
I don't know.
It's definitely not a side effect of Valscarium.
Oh, wait. On the list of side effects here, it does say MatPatism. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that, guys.
Have you heard the good word about MatPatism?
I'm a Matt Padawan.
Every
Matt Padawan.
God damn it. Every sermon in the Church of MatPat ends with, "Died for your sins? Came back from the dead? That's right. I'm talking about MatPat." But that's just a theory. Anyway.
A game theory.
Yeah.
Amen.
Subscribe to our Patreon. It's mandatory.
Oh.
Passes around a plate that just says Patreon on it.
Throw your credit card in here.
Patreon.
Kids just flossing as they're singing hymns. I was raised by my aunt and uncle who piqued my interest in medicine. My aunt is a doctor, and my uncle always read about new advancements in medical fields and loved to share all the things I could be doing with a degree. Fast forward to now.
Make a paper hat. You could make an airplane out of it. Yeah.
Pretty much in America, yeah. That's what you're going to get out of it. They paid for tutoring and helped me get into medical school.
Okay, Okay, so
Yeah.
setup is fine.
Yeah.
I have zero expectations as usual, but
I lost my parents in one little fight outside of the school, and I had to go live with my auntie and my uncle in Bel Air. She was a doctor, and he read newspapers. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
For our first year, we were allowed to pick a subject of any choice and do deep investigation and run trials on it. Even if for the first year, really? That sounds like a thesis. It sounds like the last thing you do.
Hookers. I choose hookers. I'm going to be studying hookers.
Just how contagious are they? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Isn't your first year of medical school like not even purely medical shit? Aren't you like pre-med and you're like doing other stuff as well?
Yeah, you probably have to take some math and like certain sciences, like basic biology. I don't know.
Abysmii, you're a doctor.
I'm not. I kind of wish, but I'm not.
Let's be serious. He's a lawyer.
Even if it was
examine your briefs. Anyway, go ahead.
And one's called a Juris Doctorate. Even if it was something wildly optimistic like curing Alzheimer's or eliminating the need for sleep, I chose to find a way for you. Okay, you know what? That's the one. I'm going to eliminate sleep. What have you been doing? I've been injecting pure caffeine into people to see how long it takes them to pass out.
Yeah.
I chose to find a way for humans to live longer. My college either found programs which would take students in for a semester-long internship, or they would have students work with medical professionals through our university. This was mostly so students could get a glimpse into what it is like for medical professionals to look into a problem and attempt to find solutions. Luckily for me, there is a company, which I cannot name,
Pfizer.
that is looking for Pfizer.
Was it Pfizer?
Monsanto. Johnson & Johnson. That is looking for a way to extend the length of human life. They took me in and showed me the ropes. The ropes tied me down, and they injected things into me.
They showed me the ropes. Everybody hanging from the ropes was dead. These pills didn't work, they said.
Here's Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Monsanto, all of these big pharma companies, you can't trust them. And the reason that I can trust Valscarium is because I don't even know who made them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just detached from who or what dimension these pills are coming from.
What do the pills look like? Quickly now, you should know this. You're looking right at them, though.
Physically?
Yes.
They're little white pills. But in like if you look into the spirit of the pill, you see the shadow demons.
Interesting. All right. So who is this now? Is this me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The first day, I learned about all these chemicals, oils, extracts, and everything they've been testing, which has the possibility to extend or benefit the quality of life for people. Is this a holistic company?
I guess it's sounding like that.
Sure.
I studied the essential oils and the...
if it's all like weird, like you can do a fucking, thesis program on the first year.
Yeah.
Day one, fucking just research it, I guess. That doesn't make sense.
Welcome everyone to matriculation. For your first year, just do whatever you feel like, man.
Just fucking figure it out, guys, okay?
They showed me this melon from Asia and told me it could extend your life. A lot of the cures are for end-of-life patients that may want an additional year or so on Earth to be with their families before passing.
Who the fuck is
Wow.
May want an additional year on, terrestrial plane of existence.
I guess I could do another year, whatever. All right. What are we doing? You all going to stand around? Oh, nobody visited me. Okay. My team that I was added to was 3 months from testing a new chemical they'd spent the past year developing. Siliquid. I mostly sat in the back and watched the team discuss the positives and negatives of each chemical, and the possibilities of them either combining or neutralizing each other when put into one treatment method.
Late one night, I read about some remedies that have been recommended in India, which have been used by... That's racist.
It's
by
a melon. It's going to be a melon, I swear.
Going to be that Indian melon. People that lived late into their 90s and early hundreds. I brought it up to the team, and they were skeptical at best. They heard about it before, but it was still dangerous as they had been no clinical testing done on it. I told them perhaps we could do some tests of our own on it and see how it went. It was agreed we'd start on mice.
Yeah. What should we start on, guys? Humans? No, I think rhinoceri. How about octopi? No, what about mice? Oh, yeah, you're a genius. Give this man a raise.
So let me get this straight. This team's been working on something for months. Oh, no, a year. And they're 3 months away from testing this thing. And this new guy comes and says, I watched some video on the internet about this Indian remedy. Maybe we should just do that instead. Yeah, okay. What?
It's this new remedy I've learned about. It's called pooping wherever.
I was wondering if we were going to go there.
So
somebody else already went there.
this team's just like, I guess we'll drop everything. Or even if they're not dropping what they're doing, they are just going to make a whole new thing with what this pre-med student just found.
Let's drop everything we're doing and just shit wherever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm getting sleepy. Is that a side effect of Valscarium? Making other people sleepy?
No, but you gotta understand, you can't just inject caffeine in yourself and hope to stay awake for forever. You're gonna have a caffeine crash. But I have had no withdrawal symptoms from this Valscarium.
You'd have to stop taking it.
But I wouldn't do that.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would I gain from going off of the drugs? That's like saying, hey, why did we take this guy off dialysis? Like, no, that just doesn't make any sense because this completes me.
Now I'm just picturing two doctors in like leather jackets with like slick back hair. And they were like, hey man, what if we took this guy off dialysis? Yeah, that'd be funny,
hey.
Man. Click.
Hey, Jimmy, you jokester. Dr. Jimmy, you jokester.
What if we hold this guy's head in the toilet? You mean the guy with the severed head? Yeah, it'd be easy. Anyway.
The drug was administered to a group of 20 mice, and another 20 were given a blend of the medicine they created. So they just coughed up a new medicine overnight. Okay, these mice were...
Don't you need a group that has nothing?
A control group, yeah. And a placebo. Or maybe both.
One group of mice was given our drug. The other group was given fucking strychnine. It proved ours was better.
Again, I know we're fucking joking. Jesus fucking Christ, Story. Come on.
Yeah. These mice were pygmy mice, which have a lifespan of 2 years, that had just turned 2 years old. One of my 20 mice, 18 lived for a full 6 months, while only 7 of theirs lasted the same amount of time. So...
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't... This is why you need the control groups, because does that mean that they're like the first one they were working on does work? Or this is just coincidence? They just happen to live longer than 2 years?
How many would live normally without anything? We don't know. We don't have a group for that.
Exactly. This is terrible.
I do have a question, though. Do you think that there's a secluded tribe of pygmy mice that hasn't seen any modern-day mice with their modern technology?
Yes. I do believe so, yes.
Like the mice show up with smartphones and the pygmy mice are like, kill him!
Kill them! Get the spears! Of my blah, blah, blah. My internship was supposed to end just before we finished the testing, but they all agreed it would be best for me to stick around as I was offered a part-time position at the company. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
They're just like,
hey. You haven't passed your course or anything, but
man, thank God some fucking kid looked up weird Indian melons on YouTube. We never would have thought to do that.
Who hasn't looked up weird Indian melons on YouTube? Oh man, boy. He comes in, he's like, guys, I got this melon, I got some mice, and they're like, fucking, this guy's a genius. Holy shit.
It's just like, this is how people like want to view millennials. Hey, I'm a doctor, I've been working as a professional, and you know, I deserve respect. Hey man, I'm just a kid, whatever, I got this weird Indian melon, and it's gonna uproot everything you know about medical science.
These kids walking around staring at their Indian melons. We noticed, this is me, right? Goddamn.
Yeah.
We noticed, did we say who wrote this, by the way? Did we credit the author that we're being dicks to for no reason?
Jacob712.
Sorry, Jacob712. We noticed some small side effects in the mice which didn't appear too bad at the time. My mice were very active at almost all times of the day, and they needed half the food and water that a normal mouse needs. We assumed my approach gave some nourishment. It's melon. You're feeding them melon. It's food and water, which kept the mice from overeating. The thing about testing on mice is that humans eat and drink a lot more. Really? So Does this check out, Abysmii, as a zoologist, do mice eat less and drink less than humans?
Relatively speaking.
On average,
If I had to take the median amount of sustenance a mouse takes in compared to an adult human, no. Common misconception. Both mice, in fact, all animals consume the exact same amount of nutrients.
Interesting. So fleas and blue whales eat the same amount. Interesting.
Like, like everyone's going to say, like, oh, I saw this elephant, like, eating a bunch. Yeah, but the elephant's just fat.
Yeah.
That's just, it's just an outlier.
Yeah.
It's just a bored elephant. So this...
It's confirmation bias at its worst.
Exactly.
Just like when people are like, listen, I don't have to deal with shadow demons. And it's like, yeah, you're like thinking about all the times that you're not in contact with shadow demons.
Yeah.
But you're not thinking about all the times that there are shadow demons right around the corner and you're not even noticing.
Brandon,
you're not observing.
You
Brandon,
swallow 7 shadow demons in a year in your sleep.
Brandon, I have to ask, and I want you to be honest with me.
Hmm?
Do the shadow demons watch you when you're sleeping?
Well, I wouldn't feel safe if they didn't.
Okay.
What if someone else's shadow demons try and rob me?
That's a bit offensive, but okay.
Yeah, wow.
So anyway, we were talking about elephants, fat elephants, come one, come all, see the encephaliphant. I don't know. The thing about testing on mice is that humans eat and drink a lot more, so this would be about the equivalent of a human skipping a meal, which isn't uncommon already. Unless you're like me. Ha ha, folks! Jokes that are self-deprecating.
Eat this if you're a mouse.
If you're a mice, just fucking...
I knew
Shut up.
you're gonna fuck with me.
55 milligrams of Valscarium.
Listen, if
Listen,
you're a mouse...
I'm not taking Valscarium. You're Mexican.
Valscarium. Valscarium for mice. If you're a mouse,
New from
please click
Disney Pharmaceuticals, Mickey Valscarium.
I can't get out the fucking joke.
Mickey Mouse vitamins. Now your kid can eat mini.
I'm a big mo. Click on this fucking skit meal melon was the joke. There was a joke in there. Fuck it.
Oh well.
Abandon it.
Was that your head hitting the desk?
If I hit my head on the desk, all of the powdered Valscarium would go everywhere.
And I'm just not, I can't risk that.
DP has a powdered wig of Valscarium right now.
I can't have a heated gamer moment and have my Valscarium go everywhere.
True.
That would be at the top of r/Twitch fails. Is it my turn to read?
Yes.
Yeah.
We found a man who was willing to try my remedy, and we began a hobo, administering the drug to him once a day for 2 weeks. He was not supposed to die anytime soon. You know,
And what was the point?
like most people. Rather, we would just give him small doses to make sure he was safe. All was well for the first 4 weeks, so we upped the dosage 50%.
Oh wow!
Christ.
For 2 weeks.
It's just a hobo.
He noticed that he was sleeping less after the increase, which prompted us to lower the dosage again. By how much, you don't need to know.
I don't. Okay.
He was on the medicine for 3 months with no side effects, which we counted as a big win.
We're not going to get sued. I'm not a pharmacologist.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know a lot about this process, but I have to question the point of using it on someone who's not at the end of their lifespan, because that's the whole point of the medicine. It's like testing blood treatment pills on someone who has perfectly healthy blood, just to see if nothing bad happens.
Do you guys see that like shape outside the window? Is that Slenderman hanging out there?
I think he's trying to peek in again.
Okay.
Go away!
Slenderman, we're not afraid of you anymore!
I'm not afraid of you!
I think he's gone. Does anybody hear him still?
Nope.
Okay, good.
No, he's still there.
Did anybody...
No.
Oh, really?
Shit, he's back.
He's hanging around right out of view.
Oh,
Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Our next patient was a guy whose kidneys failed completely. He had stage-end renal disease, and his body was rapidly declining. We offered the new drug to him, which he was very optimistic to try. He was only 36 years old, and I knew he wasn't ready to die. I got to run the experiment as the lead.
His kidneys epic failed. We gave him the same low dosage that the other subject was given, but it wasn't enough for him. He was still in pain and didn't notice any benefits from it, so we upped the dosage by 500 million%. After that,
we replaced all of his meals with the dosage.
Yeah. We just started pelting him with melons as he crouched in the corner.
Get better, you freak!
After that, he mentioned that he felt younger and had more energy, but he was still having issues from the renal disease that were making life difficult. My team could tell the medicine was helping him, and after much deliberation, we upped the dosage again, just raining melons down on his fucking head. The man, on double the dosage we deemed safe. Wait a minute, you upped the other one by 50%, so this is just doubling it? That's not much.
We have no idea the amounts, and I don't know why you couldn't just put in some amount of milligrams. Like, just make it up.
Yeah. On double the dosage we deemed safe, felt great. He said he would wake up early and do some light cardio to start his morning, have a coffee, which is bad since it's a diuretic, and report to his dialysis. Everything was looking good, which gave us a lot of hope. Then, these two guys in motorcycle jackets came in and said, Hey, Dr. Mook, what if we unplug his dialysis machine? That's pretty funny, Dr. Goomba, I gotta tell you.
I do like the idea of just like, yeah, he said he was feeling better. He said he was getting up, doing light cardio, running for 5 miles. Like, are you lying to us?
You actually have renal failure? What? Oh, no. Sorry, I just took a bunch of Valscarium, and it makes you make up stuff all the time.
I don't know about that. But he was just on Valscarium at the same time. We didn't control for the fact that he was taking Valscarium.
I like how DP denies the fact that it makes you make things up when we already established fake girlfriend.
Chelsea, is 100% fake.
Yep. We also don't believe that you own a dragon and that he brings you presents and that you know Santa Claus personally.
Let's not get into Santa Claus's dragons, and let's be clear, that was once a year that the Santa Claus dragon brings me presents. It's not every day.
We don't believe that you're currently working as Rob Schneider's stand-in in a new retelling of Little Women.
Don't, Slimebeast, can I talk to you to the side for a second?
We can't be talking about little men. I'm under a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay, don't tell Brandon that Dragon Santa Claus is just Chelsea dressed up as Dragon Santa Claus.
And that Chelsea doesn't exist, so the whole fucking thing. Yeah,
it's just him dressing up that mop and bucket as a Dragon Santa Claus.
By the way, Abysmii.
It's fucking weird.
Abysmii. I'm afraid to ask DP, but if it's a mop and it just has a handle, how are they doing it?
It's a lesbian, so how are they doing it in the first place? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make fucking sense.
None of it makes any sense. He's making it all up. Okay.
DP, how you doing, buddy? You need a
whose turn is it to read?
Yeah. The Shadow Demons.
Okay, well.
Your
soul took a turn now.
No, it's a Shadow Demon's turn to read.
Yeah, it's the Shadow Derman's turn to Berman. Yeah, okay. No side effects.
That's just the alcohol. That's just
drinking on Valscarium?
It's perfectly safe.
Great.
It makes the alcohol better and doesn't get rid of hangovers, but Transformers?
No. What's Transformers? What the fuck?
Kind of transformers your hangover into a different kind of hangover.
Abysmii, have you ever heard of something called Transformers?
I know a transformer is a certain type of electrical appliance.
Oh, okay. So DP, you're talking about electrical conductors and shit, or it electrifies your head?
It electrolytes your brain.
Red Bull, it electrifies your head. What? What? Anyway.
Red Bull, it gives you balls.
This is fucking stupid, Reed.
This all took a turn when we found out his kidneys went from losing 80% of their functionality to 95%.
Wait,
This all took a
doctors-
turn. We found one of his kidneys outside of his body.
shout it out, he said. Don't need it.
Shit, don't need no kidneys, don't need no renals.
We don't need
Those
no
renals have
fucking
failed you.
kidneys. Does my voice sound weird to you?
No.
Okay, good.
I mean, it always has. The doctors couldn't believe that his body was only 4 to 6 weeks away from completely shutting down, and he was living like there was nothing wrong with him at all. Nothing wrong at all. His kidneys just out, nothing wrong at all.
Mm-hmm.
We reached out to them and told them about the remedy we had him on, and they were shocked.
Melons, you say? What the fuck?
They wanted to buy it off of us right then and there for doing their own research, but we declined. I don't know that that's how that worked, but I'm going to assume that that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Then they tried to hire me, but I knew if the testing we'd been doing was a success, I wouldn't need to work much longer. People who create medicine usually have life made once it's commercially available.
You know what else would make you rich?
What?
Selling it to them like you declined.
Yeah.
It'd be sooner and easier.
Yeah.
I love it. We would like to buy your research off of you for $50 million. You fucking chumps. I'm going to do all the hard work myself and then make the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then spend that $50 million that I would have made in getting the FDA approvals, and then I'll be broke.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And then someone else is just going to start a melon garden and they're going to undercut us.
What are we doing, guys? Are we advocating selling out?
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't sell out. I cashed in.
Yeah. If it's fucking, I don't know, man. That's just how the world works.
All
Everything
I'm
was
saying-
great for my patient.
All
Sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
saying is that if you write a story and you want to sell your story in the first place, then you sell it. You don't say, what if I could sell it for more in 5 years? If you already want to sell it, what the fuck?
Look, it's going to appreciate in value if I keep it and no one sees it.
I wanna hold on to my story until it's completely irrelevant and the genre is dead. Anyway.
Everything was great for my patient until he started taking more than our dosage recommendation. He came in for his weekly checkup and looked horrible. His eyes had, how did he get more? Did you just give him a shit ton? I thought he had to come in and whatever.
Oh fuck, he
eyes
planted the seeds. Damn it.
No. His eyes had deep bags around them, and he had lost 9 pounds in a week. He said he could only sleep 2 hours a night at most, and he could barely eat. On top of this, he couldn't feel pain the same.
Huh.
Couldn't feel the same pain? Couldn't feel pain the same?
Now when I
don't know.
feel pain, it's totally different. How so? I see cartoon characters and they dance in front of my eyes. I don't know how would you feel pain differently? What reaction would you have?
I don't know.
Well, that's clearly you've never had a hangover on Valscarium.
Oh,
I thought
you said it did. Okay, whatever.
when asked
The
if he was,
Valscarium doesn't cause the hangover. The Alkabooze does.
Mm-hmm.
when asked if he was serious, he punched a metal door and looked me dead in the eyes, saying he couldn't feel it. This is that episode of C-Lab 2021. We told him to only take what was recommended, but he wouldn't listen. He wanted to live, and my medicine made him feel better, but he needed more and more to keep the feeling. We started dropping off daily doses at his front door to make sure he wouldn't overdose on it like he previously had, instead of giving him a bottle with a week's dosage.
No, what you do is you cut him off completely at that point because he's not following the directions of the fucking staff that are trying to test the drug.
This is the worst pre-med student I've ever heard of in my life.
So one of two things is the case. Either the person writing the story has no fucking medical knowledge, or we should be very alarmed at people who are in the world of medicine.
Doctor, there's something urgent about the patient. What's up? Well, he's clearly addicted. We'll give him everything he wants. Okay, this will be good.
Listen, he's addicted. Okay, we clearly need to sell him more.
What he started doing was holding on to about 3 to 4 days worth of doses and taking them all at the same time. I wish he would have known this, I wish I would have known this earlier, and we would have started administering them in person daily. What is wrong with you?
Just stop him from fucking...
Do you know how experimentation works? He'll just go for the fucking gold and kill someone by getting them hooked on shit.
I don't know. 1940s Germany might disagree with you there. Maybe that's when this takes place. What do you think? Nazi melons?
Nazi melons.
DP, what do you
Shall
think?
we give him the Nazi melons?
Sure, whatever.
Sure, why not?
This continued for 3 more weeks, fucking goddammit, before we stopped hearing from him. We
killed
couldn't
him.
reach him. They're trying so hard to fucking contact this guy who's hopped up on pills and won't listen to them. They're trying so hard to get him back for their testing. We couldn't reach him, but his wife came in to talk to us. She looked like him in a wig and dress. She punched a door and demanded pills.
Yeah.
I'm my wife. Give me pills.
Jerry, you're not your own wife. Yes, I am.
She begged for us to stop giving him the medicine, and we agreed to. Yeah, fucking, you should have done that before seeing there was a serious problem. After a week without us giving him medicine, he came back and agreed to stay in our clinic and allow us to monitor him for 24 hours a day. They wanted him back. Fucking God.
Since you've been gone.
Okay, so the horror story here should be this incredibly unethical, malpractice-ridden study clinic.
Yeah.
And not whatever the fuck this drug does.
Plus, I don't know. It's just all from start to finish, and it's not like this story is written badly in terms of the, sentences and shit like that. It's just that it's very unscientific in the way science is being conducted. And I'm as a layman that shouldn't stick out to me. So
write what you know, and if you don't know medical science, don't write a story about pills. Just straight up, just don't do it.
Write about being a janitor at the place and seeing what the scientists are doing and not knowing what they're doing or why, and then you're absolved of any sins.
Yeah.
We administered the correct amount every morning and allowed him to eat, sleep, exercise, and browse the internet from our clinic, which is disturbing because he was, if he needed to go anywhere, one of us would go with him. Everyone was going well until one night when I was watching him. He slept for half an hour before waking up and clawing at his eyes. He cut deep gashes into his cheeks.
He had watched 2 Girls, 1 Cup, I guess, the night before. Yeah. Browsing the internet.
Yes.
Yeah. You say?
Yeah.
It works? Fucking Valscarium.
Yeah. He cut deep gashes into his cheeks and screamed that he was scared. That's pretty edgy, bro. He tried to restrain himself, but he was too big for me to hold down. He ran out of our lab area and found our sterile scissors and began cutting himself. By the time everyone was there, he had cut into his wrist so many times you could see bone.
He had a bone.
I bet you could. It was the most horrific sight I had ever seen, but he couldn't feel it.
I want to be the first to point out that these horrific sights that he's seeing, he's going to see a lot more of those as a medical student. So, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Listen, he just started peeing himself, and it was the most horrific thing I had ever seen. I couldn't stomach it. It was just absolutely wretched. I threw up right then and there.
Yes.
I've never felt so queasy in my entire life.
All over myself. and then the guy threw up, and then all my coworkers threw up too.
And then, it was the first time I had ever thrown up, and then that had became the sickest, most horrific sight I had ever seen.
And then we all instantly got a fetish for it, and we all started jizzing in our pants.
And there's fucking cum and there's blood. His screams were from the terror of not feeling it instead of pain. Oh, so deep. He began questioning if this was real life, or if he was in hell, or if this was just a fantasy.
Caught in a lab coat. No escape from Valscarium. Oh, fuck. Open your eyes, look up to the skies, and see a shadow demon. Anyway.
We finally restrained him, but we were sure he was good as dead. Mm-hmm. We bandaged him up, but he lost a scary amount of... He lost, like, a wicked amount of blood, yo.
Could you tell me, like, in liters? How much is a sick amount of liters?
Like, so many liters? Like... the thing that the big soda comes in? Like, he lost, like, a big soda amount of blood.
You mean like soda a 3 liter? Is that...
I don't know, man, but like, you know, like you order a pizza and then there's like, here's a thing of Pepsi.
You know that big size of soda? Yeah, you mean a 3 liter of soda? That would be 3 liters. I don't know, man, but it was like a big soda.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
3
don't know.
liters. What?
I'm not like a scientist. I'm just like a medical student.
Yeah.
He somehow lived through it and went back to sleep. Of course he did.
The funny thing is, when you started that sentence, I read that as we banged him up, and I was like thinking that was,
that would be embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing, especially if, like, you know, DP read that out. That would be fucked up.
Yeah, it would be really fucked
dyslexia
up.
And shit.
Yeah.
It would be really fucked up if I said that, yeah. No one's going to get why that's funny. Nope.
No. Nor shall they.
Nor shall they. We all agreed to stay there for the night, and my coworker slept in the bunk area. And we just bandages, there's nothing there.
Well, no, because the pro tag didn't say where they're sleeping, so presumably they just stood around and waited.
They just stood in the closet and peered out at the guy as he's sleeping.
They were just in the cafeteria. I am in the cafeteria. He woke up an hour later and told me the voices in his head wouldn't let him sleep.
Hey, man, I don't think I'm really having any, like, really bad side effects, but could you just give me, like, 3 times the dosage? Yes. Flash for 2 weeks. Hey, I literally can't live without this now. Can I have more? Yes.
Hello, I am Pill.
Listen, I need like 50 Percocets. Okay.
50 Percocets.
Now I'm picturing like automated pharmacists in the future. Where it's like, hi, yes, I wanted to get the morning after pill. Against my religion. Suck off, slut. You'll burn in hell.
Do you have any question for the pharmacist?
Where is your husband?
I asked what the voices were saying, but I couldn't believe what he said.
Ooh.
You're supposed to be dead, and let me take you already, were what we heard. Over and over, he heard this. He heard. Wow. It'd be embarrassing if I did that twice.
Yeah, he'd be fucking...
It'd be really funny if we recorded this twice and a fucking cat ruined it.
Really funny.
How would a cat ruin things? Cats are awesome.
So I think what we can all agree is that Russian sleep experiment too.
Yeah.
The electric boogaloo.
Poor man's Russian sleep experiment.
This is the Americanized Russian sleep experiment, just from the perspective of it's about coming up with a new pharmaceutical treatment and not, let's see what we can do with people, you know.
You gotta say though,
Wait, that's not Russian. What the fuck?
we got to eliminate Russian.
Hello, I am Russian just like you, everyone. So let's experiment on these Russian people, yes?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Stalingrad, yeah.
Yeah. Vodka, yes.
Yes. Anyway, we agreed to stop giving him the treatment, finally. Clearly, whatever we were giving him, by the way, we didn't point out, it's probably the Grim Reaper talking to him when it says, you're supposed to be dead and let me take you.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, whatever we were giving him wasn't safe for humans, even though a ton of people in India were taking it. We kept him for screening even after we stopped, but it got worse. He tried to hold his breath until he passed out, just so he could Russian sleep. He wouldn't eat anything for days at a time. He heard voices, they reminded him every day, and would beg for us to put him under, just so he could rest.
Sounds like another story we read.
Mm-hmm.
And by us, I mean not on the show. I mean just
everyone
in reading.
Yeah.
Last night, he broke out of his restraints and attacked my cow worker.
His cow worker? He attacked our cow organizer.
We just called out a farmer here. We're rebranding. We don't like kind of non-PC words here. We want to be politically correct. We prefer the term cow worker.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cow organizer, if you will. He grabbed a butter knife out of our break room and sawed it off, and he had a sawed-off butter knife.
It's a sawed-off butter knife.
sawed at his throat until he cut through his windpipe.
Listen, I just think they should make extended butter knives illegal. Extended magazines for butter knives.
There is nothing more American than a bump stock butter knife, let me tell you.
Bump stock butter. I used to play bass for bump stock butter knife.
God damn it.
We got to get fully serrated butter knives off the street. Butter knives can have chainsaw attachments. We were called and rushed to the clinic to see him sitting down in the kitchen. He had his throat slit for nearly 10 minutes by the time we got there, and he was still alive.
He's immortal.
And he's immortal. Is he immortal? Or is his coworker immortal? Whose windpipe was cut?
Yeah.
The druggies.
It wasn't. The sentence wasn't clear, but the guy cut his own windpipe. It says he attacked my coworker and cut his throat, but it means he cut his own throat.
I don't think he's immortal. I think because I think you're only immortal as long as you're taking the pills, but they cut him off. So
I don't think he's immortal because he's not saying "wake me up inside," and that's the only.
God damn it!
That's the only way I can tell if somebody's immortal. So.
Wake me up inside.
Save me from the Valscarium in my bloodstream. I see a little silhouette of a shadow. Oh my god, there's another one there too. Fucking shadow people, very, very frightening me. Shadow people.
It wasn't a clean cut, but this would have killed a normal person by then. You don't say. You know, I cut my throat and survived for 10 minutes. It was traumatic, but I was fine.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, actually. I asked him why he did it, and he proclaimed, or just claimed, there was no pro there. He did like a normal. There was nothing professional about it. He claimed that the voices told him if he didn't die soon, they would just take them themselves. Just
let them.
Shadow demons are trying to help me concentrate, and it's just not working. We called the paramedics, but he died in the ambulance ride to the hospital.
So he's not immortal.
Nope.
Okay.
I quit my job, my part-time job that I've had for 3 weeks. The gases, screams,
just a no-sleep title. I quit my job. Now I wish I hadn't. I ain't got no money.
Yeah.
No story.
I quit my job and returned to my classes that I was taking for the job I had.
The gases, screams, and bloodstains on the floor were too much for me. Don't go into medicine. They weren't looking into my remedy anymore and were certain it was stupid to let a college student lead an experiment of this capacity.
Hey,
you think?
Welcome everybody to the Dummy Dumb Dumbler fucking university where we make medicines for people. I don't know.
I hope that chemical never sees the light of day again.
Mm-hmm. I wish I hadn't.
The lone traveler has an excellent comment. The Grim Reaper hates him. Find out how this college student can make you immortal with one quick trick. I love the comments that always point out how fucking ridiculous the stories are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not allowed to break immersion, so I guess you have to really be clever about how you do it when you point out how silly something is.
And, like, if this wasn't archived, that would be a comment that would be up for removal. Because they do take out people that are trying to, like, poke fun, even if it is in character, because can't break immersion. It's fucking stupid.
I like this comment here. Sorry to tell you this, but it sounds like you've had a patient possessed by a 7th dimension demon. Okay. Just don't bother writing your own story. Just add lore onto what you read. Anyway.
The millennials are ruining the death industry.
Mm-hmm. Millennials are... News update. Millennials refusing to die.
Here's a good one from Guacamole P. It make dick and the balls small. Sad face.
Yeah. It's a terrible side effect. Okay, guys, would you want to live forever if your dick and balls was small?
I don't want to live forever, so no.
Oh. So you already don't, so that means you're already... Okay, I got you. I get what you mean. Okay.
Are we talking like... live forever, but do I still have the option to die if I want to?
What live forever means forever?
No, but like...
Well, no. Let's say you could live forever with this pill, but you have to always be taking it. If you stop taking it, do you die then?
Well, that's stupid, because what if you run out of cash?
But what if I want to die at some point, is what I'm asking. Can I get a termination button?
I tell you what, Abysmii.
Yeah.
Take this blunderbuss. Okay. Fill it full of Valscarium pills.
All right.
Aim it at Brandon's chest. Okay, you doing that?
Yeah, I gotta get the flint and everything.
Pull the trigger. DP, stand against that wall.
Brandon, any final words?
Did I tell you guys about my lesbian girlfriend?
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my question and answer segment. I hope you all enjoyed my press conference. I am Sally Kitten Panties, and I am the CEO of whatever fucking company it is that makes Valscarium, and I wanted to address any questions and concerns you have after my very thorough and informative speech about what exactly Valscarium is and does and all that stuff. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, you, right there in the hat, I like that hat, please tell me where you got that hat. What would you like to know, sir?
Jacob Tuderman, Bermuda Post. Obviously, everyone is wanting you to address the collective delusion of shadow demons everyone is having when they take Valscarium. In fact, scientists and medical professionals are perplexed as to how that drug can even produce that consistent result over prolonged usage.
That's ridiculous. I don't know what this is about. But basically, I think what you may be referring to is our marketing department has put forward some intense viral marketing, some guerrilla tactics that perhaps have been too successful in putting our brand into people's subconscious, into their brains, into their hearts and lungs and various vital organs. I don't know if that might be the case, but I assure you I will look into it myself. Please note that when I say our advertising department may have been too successful, that is the opposite of failure. That is, we didn't do badly, we did very, very well, and we always do well, and nothing is ever wrong. So, yes, that's an idiotic question from an idiotic, pathetic little loser, and I will thank you to not darken my door again. Alright, let's take another question. How about you standing next to the shadow demon?
Alex Turmore, Washington Today. Are you familiar with the case of Roger Dallas? The gentleman that took Valscarium for 2 months before running his semi-truck off the road and murdering 3 people at the closest Walmart, dumping their dead bodies into the dumpster, and then disappearing into the night, not to be seen or heard from since?
Oh, well, I mean, that seems to be a question for the CEO of Walmart, don't you think? I don't know why you would bring that to me. That's a very nasty, small, stupid, idiotic little question from a nasty, small, idiotic, stupid little person who was murdered in a hotel bathroom. Jeffrey Epstein. But anyway, to answer your question, again, I think that would be a question for Walmart's CEO, for their staff, for their leadership. Interesting to note that the truck in question was a Walmart truck. A Walmart truck crashing into a Walmart? Maybe a little connection there, maybe a little bit of a conspiracy on the part of Walmart's leadership. I don't want to speak out of turn, but it just seems like there might be a little bit of a winky-dink there. I'm not trying to allege anything. I'm not directly saying that Walmart caused all of these problems themselves and caused all those murders, but I am dog whistling it, if you will. So, yes, terrible question. Terrible person. Next question, next person. I don't know. How about you standing in the back facing the wall?
Derek Bassoon, Bermuda Tribune. We're still unaware of what Valscarium is. It's advertised very vaguely, and it seems to be some catch-all depression cure. What does one accomplish by taking Valscarium?
Oh, that's stupid. What are you even talking about? Who let this man in? Is this man with the catering? Is this man with the janitorial staff? Is this man a random vagrant hobo? How is he even allowed to ask questions? That's a terrible question. I don't even know what you're talking about. What does Valscarium do? Of course, I know what Valscarium does. I don't know if you know what Valscarium does, and I don't want to say it because I want to test you and make sure you know. So, if anyone here can tell me exactly what Valscarium does, I would be greatly appreciated. Nobody raising their hand. Nobody knows what Valscarium does. Well then, it seems that I can say it does anything, and you wouldn't know the difference because you don't know. So, Valscarium, cures autism, maybe? I don't know. I'm not saying it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. Our scientists are hard at work in the labs discovering what exactly Valscarium can do for you, and maybe it might cure autism. I don't know. But yes, that's the last question I'll be taking. Thank you all very much for calling. Oh my God, who are you in the front with the luscious titties? Yes, you can ask anything you like, ma'am. Please, go ahead.
Valscarium, Pharmaceutical Press. Should I talk to my doctor or pharmacist about once a day extra strength 20 milligram Valscarium?
Oh, no. No. Absolutely not. 20 milligrams of Valscarium? No. You're going to need at least 60. You're going to need to take it twice a day, every day for the rest of your goddamn life. And I would suggest that for everyone here. Everyone here, please talk to your doctor about Valscarium. And the more you take, the more money I make, the more the shadow demons stay away from me. And yeah, that'll be great. If you could just, perhaps, what was your name again? The Valerie? Valerie, what an exotic name for an exotic little Chiquita like you. Valerie, if you could meet me backstage, I think we would mutually benefit from a little private question and answer segment. Alright, that's enough, everybody. That's it. Everybody out. Get the dogs. Get the gas. Gas the dogs. Fucking throw them out the window. Valscarium. Who the hell are you two? I were you. Oh, I've never been so fucking turned on in my life. I looked into the eye of Satan and he blinked, not me.